Right now, inside your head, there are two languages fighting. One is your language, the one you grew up with, the one that feels like home. And the other one is English. And every time you try to speak English, your own language jumps in first. It grabs the thought, it holds it, and it says, "Let me translate this for you."
And it feels like help, but it's actually slowing everything down.
Yes. And today, we are to stop that. Because honestly, brain stop translating is like telling yourself, don't think about a red car. What happens?
You think about a red car.
Exactly. So today, we're going to try something different. We're going to do an experiment. Right here, right now, together.
Wait, an experiment? What kind of experiment?
I'll explain in a second. But first, hey everyone, I'm Elora. Welcome back to English with Elora.
Hey everyone, I'm glad to be here. Although now I'm a little nervous about this experiment.
Good. A little nervous is good, because here is what I've noticed. Every video about thinking in English gives you a list of tips. Practice this, try that, do this exercise.
Yeah, and the tips make sense when you hear them.
But then you close the video and your brain does exactly what it did before. It translates. Because knowing a tip and actually experiencing the change are two very different things.
That is painfully true.
So today, no list, no 5 strategies. Instead, I am going to walk you through a single experience. And by the end of it, something in your brain will actually shift. Not because I told you to change, but because you felt it happen.
Okay, I'm in. Let's do it.
Okay, here is the experiment. I'm going to ask you a very simple question, and I want you to answer honestly and tell us what happens inside your head while you answer. Not just the answer, the process.
The process. Okay.
What did you eat for breakfast today?
Okay, so right now, in my head, I first saw the picture of my breakfast. Then I heard the word in my language. Then I started looking for the English word. And then I said, I had eggs and toast.
That is so interesting. So the picture came first.
Yes, I saw it, like a photo.
Then your language grabbed it.
Yes, my language put a word on it before English could.
And this is what happens to almost everyone. The brain sees an image, a memory, a feeling, and then your first language runs in and labels it. English is standing right there too, but it's slower. It's second in line.
It's like English is always late to the party.
Yes, and most people think the solution is to make English faster, study more words, practice more grammar, force English to be first.
That doesn't work?
Sometimes it does, after years. But there is a shortcut that most people miss, and it has nothing to do with learning more English.
What is it?
Skip the word, go back to the picture.
What?
Let me show you. I'm going to ask you again. Same question. But this time, I don't want you to find the English word. I want you to describe the picture in your head, like you are telling a blind person what you see.
Okay, I'll try.
What did you eat for breakfast?
I see a white plate, yellow, soft eggs, and bread. Brown, warm.
Stop. Did you hear what just happened?
I didn't translate. I just described what I saw.
You went from the picture straight to English. No middle step. No translation. Your first language didn't have time to jump in because you weren't looking for a perfect word. You were just describing shapes and colors and feelings.
That felt completely different. It was slower, but it was mine.
Like the English came from me, not from a dictionary.
That is the difference. And it is not a small difference. When you translate, the English belongs to your other language. It's borrowed. But when you describe what you see, what you feel, what you experience, the English belongs to you.
That's actually kind of beautiful.
And it's practical. Let me show you why. When you describe instead of translate, you don't need the perfect word. You need any words that paint the picture. And you always have those words, even at a beginner level.
Because yellow soft thing on a plate is real communication.
It is. A native speaker would hear that and say, "Oh, scrambled eggs." And you'd say, "Yes." And the conversation moves forward. Nobody cared that you didn't say scrambled. You communicated. That is thinking in English.
Okay, but Elora, breakfast is easy. It's a physical thing. I can see it. What about feelings, opinions? How do I describe those without translating?
That is the right question. And this is where it gets interesting. Let me try something with you.
Another experiment?
Round 2. Tell me about a moment this week when you felt frustrated. But don't name the emotion. Don't say, "I was frustrated." Instead, describe what it felt like in your body, in the moment.
Okay. I was at my computer. I was trying to write an email in English. And I wrote one sentence, deleted it. Wrote it again, deleted it. My shoulders were tight. I could feel my jaw pressing together. And I kept looking at the clock, like time was running away from me.
Did you translate any of that?
No, I didn't. I just remembered how it felt. And the words came.
Did you hear what he just did? He described tight shoulders, a jaw pressing together, time running away. He never said the word frustrated, but every single person listening felt it.
Because the feeling is universal. Everyone knows tight shoulders.
Yes, and this is the second part of the experiment. Your feelings don't live in any language. They live in your body. When you go to your body first, what you feel, what you sense, what you notice, English has space to come in on its own. You don't need to drag it through translation.
So, objects live in pictures. Feelings live in the body. And if I start there,
English finds its own way to the surface. Not perfectly, not quickly at first, but it comes. And it comes as yours.
I want to say something. I have done many English exercises. Many. But this, in the last few minutes, something actually changed in how I'm speaking. I can feel it. I'm not searching for words the same way.
And it might not last. Tomorrow you might go back to translating. That is normal. The brain is a creature of habit. But now you know what the other way feels like. And once you've felt it, you can find it again. Okay, now it is your turn. And I mean right now, not later.
We are going to do this together.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer, but not by translating. I want you to close your eyes for a moment, see the picture, feel the feeling, and then open your mouth and describe. Here is the question. What is your favorite room in your house? Don't say the name of the room. Describe it. What do you see? What do you feel when you are there? Is it warm, cold, bright, dark, quiet? What color are the walls? Where do you sit?
I'll go first. My favorite room is small. There is a big window. The light comes in soft in the afternoon. I have a chair, old, brown, and when I sit there,
everything outside becomes quiet. I feel slow, in a good way.
Now you. Say it. Out loud. Or in your head. But try to describe. Not translate. Describe. Whatever came out, that was real English. Not borrowed. Not copied from a textbook. That came from your memory. Your picture. Your feeling. And that is what thinking in English actually sounds like.
And if nothing came out, that is also okay, because now your brain is trying a new route. And new routes feel uncomfortable at first. That discomfort is not failure. It is your brain rewiring.
The discomfort is the change happening.
Elora, can I ask you something? Why does this work? Why does going to the picture or the body feeling help skip translation?
Because translation happens in one specific part of your brain, the part that processes language as code. Word equals word. It's very logical, very slow, very controlled. But images, feelings, physical sensations, those are processed somewhere deeper, somewhere faster. And when you start from that deeper place, English doesn't have to compete with your first language, because your first language isn't there yet. It hasn't been invited.
So it's like my first language lives in the word part of my brain, but if I go to the picture part first?
You arrive before your first language does, and English meets you there.
That is actually a completely different way to think about it. I always thought thinking in English meant replacing my language with English, like kicking my language out.
And that feels violent. That feels impossible, because your language is part of you. You cannot kick it out, and you shouldn't want to.
So it's not about removing my language?
No, it is about finding a different starting point. Not starting from words, starting from experience. The picture, the feeling, the moment. And letting English come to that moment on its own.
Not forcing. Inviting.
Yes. Now, I want to be honest about something. This is not magic. The first time you try this outside of this video, it will feel strange, slow, maybe even harder than translating.
Because translating is a habit, and habits are comfortable, even when they're slow.
Yes, your brain will want to go back to the old road, the translation road, because it knows that road. And this new way, starting from pictures, from feelings, it's unfamiliar.
So what do people do when that happens?
You notice it. That's all. You notice, oh, I'm translating again. And you don't get angry. You don't say, I failed. You just gently go back to the picture, back to the feeling, and try again.
Like the brain is learning a new road.
And sometimes it takes a wrong turn.
And wrong turns are part of learning any new road. Every single one. The people who learn to think in English are not the people who never translate. They are the people who notice when they're translating and gently choose the other path again and again. Not perfectly, not every time, but enough.
And honestly, that takes patience. Real patience. Not the kind where you say I'm patient, but inside you're screaming. The kind where you actually accept this is slow today, and that's okay.
The discomfort you feel when you try to think in English is not a sign that something is wrong. It is the feeling of your brain building something new. And building always feels harder than staying the same. So, what did we actually do today? We didn't make a list. We didn't give you 5 tips to memorize.
We did an experiment. 3 rounds.
Round 1, we described a picture instead of translating a word, and English came without being forced.
Round 2, we described a feeling through the body. Tight shoulders, a pressing jaw, and English arrived without being invited.
Round 3, you tried it yourself with your favorite room, your picture, your memory.
And the idea behind all of it? Don't start from words. Start from what you see, what you feel, what you experience. Let English come to that, not the other way around.
Not replacing your language, just choosing a different starting point.
A starting point that belongs to you, not to any language, to you. And I want to leave you with something. Not a phrase to practice, not a sentence to memorize, a question. Tonight, or tomorrow morning, when you are doing something simple, drinking water, looking out a window, walking somewhere, ask yourself this: what do I see right now? And try to answer in English, not by translating, by describing.
Don't worry about getting it right. Just describe what's in front of you. Colors, shapes, temperatures, sounds.
And notice what happens. Notice where the English comes from. Does it come from your other language, or does it come from the moment itself? That question is worth more than any tip I could give you.
And when you try it, come back here. Go to the comments and tell us what you described. Not a perfect sentence, just what you saw.
We want to hear your pictures, your moments, because that is your English, not a textbook's English, yours.
And if this felt different from other English videos, if something actually shifted while you watched, hit like, subscribe, so the next person who is stuck in the translation trap can find this and feel what you just felt.
Thank you for being here, for trying something new. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye, everyone. Go describe something tonight.
Bye-bye.